All right, welcome back. We're continuing on. We got some short notes and another assignment, another piling up. Everyone can see me and hear me, please. Hey. Now, yesterday, Star Tutoring, we had 4 people out of the entire 9th grade. So next Wednesday, if you can, we'd love to see you. Like I said, we got snacks. We're going to be playing games. We need more people to show up. We really got to pass this STAR test. We want to help you get there. So let's try next week. So if I don't get more people showing up, I'm going to have to start calling home and inviting. Now, a couple things. All these assignments at the top in red are due 4 assignments, and then we're giving you another one today. That's crazy. Okay, but yesterday we learned the easier way to do this, right? You graph it in Desmos. Where does it cross the X? That's the solution, right? So again, above my head here, these 4 are due. This is supposed to be next Wednesday. And today, the only thing that would prevent you from plugging in the equation into the Desmos calculator is if it looks like these examples. I want you to look at these examples. Do you see how they're not y equals, they're not f of x equals, and they're not equal to 0? They got stuff on both sides, okay? If you see something like this, you have to do a few steps to get it equal to 0, okay? So our goal is to solve each equation equal to 0. If I can get my pen to work. That's called standard form, okay? And when you do standard form, the x squared goes first, the x goes second, and the constant goes last. Order matters, right? So make sure you're looking up here. Here we go. Example 1. Do you see that it is equal to negative x squared? I need this to be a 0, so how do I get rid of a negative x squared? What's the opposite of negative? Positive, so plus x squared here, and then I do it on the other side, plus x squared here. Okay, on the right side, the minus and the plus x squared cancel out, and now it equals 0. That's what I wanted. That's good. Now, what's left over is 2x minus 3 plus x squared. I need to put these 3 in order. X squared goes first, then x, then the constant. So out of these 3 terms, the x squared term is this one. So that has to go first. The x squared term has to go first. Okay. Then the x term is positive 2x, so plus 2x. And then the number by itself, the constant, is minus 3. Cool. That's it. X squared plus 2x minus 3. You have to set it equal to 0 before you can do anything with it. Now, if they asked you for the solution to this equation, you would graph just this without the equal 0 and find the x-intercept like yesterday. Okay? Well, let's do number 2. Does this equal 0? No, there's a positive 6x. What's the opposite of positive 6x? Negative, or minus 6x here, minus 6x here. Cancels on the right, equals 0. Now, remember, the first term has to be the x squared term, which is actually going to be not negative 6x. That's not squared. It's going to be this term, negative x squared. That has to go first. Cool. Then the x term is minus 6x. And then the constant, minus 9. All right. We got it equal to 0. You could graph it, right? When you graph it, you only type this part. You do not type the equal 0. And then tell me where the x-intercept is. That's it, okay? You got the warm-up. All right, example 3. Now, this does not equal 0. In fact, there are 2 terms that need to go away. So I'm going to do the opposite of both terms. The opposite of minus 4 is plus 4. The opposite of plus 9x is minus 9x. 4's cancel, the 9x cancel, and now it equals 0. And then again, you got to put it in order. Which one is the x squared term? 2x squared. Then the x term is minus 9x. And then the constant is plus 4. If you wanted to find the solution, you would only graph the quadratic, not the equal 0, and find the x-intercept, okay? Now, quick notes. And they're going to be real quick because guess what? We just did part of the notes, okay? So when you look at this paper I'm giving you, there are 3 examples, and guess what? They're the same as the warm-up we just did. So we kind of already did the hard work. Cool. So let me show you. Whoops. All right, here's your notes. Don't those examples look like what we just did? Because they are. Okay, so rewrite it down. And I'm going to read this to you. There are times when the equation is not set equal to 0. You need to solve the quadratic equation equal to 0 before factoring or using the calculator to determine the solution. So here's our practice. We just did this on the warm-up. And then draw an arrow down here. The examples down here are the exact same. Why? I don't know. Number 1. So this was like our warm-up. Is everyone locked in here? The only extra step you would have to do after you get it equal to 0 is to type it into Desmos to solve it. Do y'all remember yesterday? Solve means solution, right? And there's 3 other phrases that mean solution. Solution can be the same thing as a root. Solution can be the same thing as a 0. Or, most importantly, solution is the x-intercept. So that's what we're looking for. Let's graph this and find the x-intercept. X squared plus 2x minus 3. Now, do you see how the graph is there, the red graph? If I put equals 0, it won't graph. Don't put equals 0. Just put the quadratic part. Click on those x-intercepts. That means the solution. That's it. Negative 3, 0, 1, 0. Cool. That's it. Then, example 2, negative x squared minus 6x minus 9. Again, I'm typing in this without the equal 0. Now, this is one of those weird situations where it only touches the x-axis at one point. Negative 3, 0. That is a one solution problem. Okay. And then last but not least, 2x squared minus 9x plus 4. These 2 solutions are 0.5, 0 and 4, 0. Cool. That's it. Flip the notes over. The only other thing they're asking is exactly what we talked about on yesterday's notes. How many solutions? So look at the back. If it crosses twice, that's 2 solutions. Okay. How many solutions? does each graph have? Touches twice is 2. If it touches once, it's 1. And if this graph does not touch the x-intercept, the x-axis, I should say, then it's none. Okay? No real solutions. That's it. So I'm going to give you this assignment. But remember, if you've been absent or whatever, you need to get these assignments out of the blue bin. But these are the 2 from before the break. These are the 2 since Monday and 1 today. Here we go.